everybody, welcome to another video. So, if you watched my last video, or my last set of videos, you know I went on a trip, and I've been using a mixer. So, this is a mixer I've been using. It's a really bad one, but today, especially considering it has bad English on it, but today, that all changes. Seeing as during the vlog, if you didn't watch it, I went to B&H and I got a whole load of things. So today we've got a thing, and more importantly, a mixer, because we're gonna need this for the headphones later, and we've actually got a mic, but this was thrown in for testing out the audio, and you'll see why eventually, because this is a pretty cool mixer. In fact, we'll also need, other than the headphones, which I shall get out right now, we shall need the computer. Now, why we're going to need this, I'll show later in today's review. So yeah, let's all get this going. Before we start, please leave a like and subscribe. And this item was actually repackaged. I actually have been using this for about a week or so now, just to test it out, try things out for it. And so far so good. And I want to share how good this is and what the things are. I mean, I'll also kind of show the, I'm not going to be like how I normally am and not show the bad things. I'm going to show some of the odd things about this mixer, but anyway, let's get right into this. So starting off, it was the packaging. I like to always show the unboxing experience. I know I haven't been doing it lately, but here we are. So now we're just going to start unboxing this. So it's not like the Nintendo Switch packaging where they give you a unit first and do it. This, I guess Berhinger was in the mood for hyping it up by simply putting in the power supply. Sadly, during the repackaging, you also get a USB cable with it, because you'll see in a moment. You've also got the power supply, which, if I can get this out of its wrapping. Sadly, this still uses a power supply, but you'll see why in a moment, because it's a very compact mixer I've got here. As you can see, it uses this connector, which is kind of common amongst some mixers. For whatever reason, the power supply also has a secondary barrel plug out that apparently gives about 3 volts. But yeah, this will come in handy. It's big, it's even heavier than the mixing board itself. But the mixing board is still quite a good one, because this is a Berhinger one. So now we just gotta, after that separator, in fact, let me move this a bit closer in. Here we go. So now we've got a little bit more in. All of your important stuff about the thing itself, like the operations guide and everything. And then after this one, here's the actual unit itself. So now we can just move the packaging off its side, and here it is. So this is the Berhinger QX1002 USB. As you can see, it's pretty nice. You've got effects here. We got a 48 volt preamp. It's a Xenyx preamp, so it's usually pretty good. You got your USB and your power on the back. Let's actually get right into using this. So first I'm going to put it down here. We're going to plug in our we're gonna plug in all of our stuff. That's when this will come in handy. So we're gonna plug in the headphones here. That. So we got that. And then we've got the plug. Plug this way in. I haven't plugged it in fully, so now we'll just plug the other side of the power supply in. This is just a beautiful one. As you can see right here, it's got power and we've got 48 volts, a phantom preamp. So this is a pretty cool one altogether. Now, all we gotta do, plug in our USB and then eventually we just gotta plug this USB into the computer as you would normally do, and yeah, now cut to me actually using this thing. So this is the mic that I'm using, so we got ourselves a mic here. Now, this is the mixer, is just the one that the guy kind of recommended that I get for testing purposes. As you can see on this mixer, we're on one of the mono channels, so we've got like many things, like I guess around this mic. We've got ourselves a compressor, but that only just increases like bass response and makes it more clipping. It doesn't clip on the mixer, but Audacity shows it as clipping due to how this one goes and handles clipping differently. You got your two sets of four indicator LEDs, the -20, the 0, and the 6, and then clip, which is apparently +20 from what I remember. He's got the really good pro controls, such as a fader, where you can just fade it like out, and you got the main mix. In fact, I should just decrease this one here. You got your two mono channels, 1 and 2. Then you've got 5 and 6. Then you've got your stereo channels, which are 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9, 10. This is mostly stereo because of, I guess, reasoning. But it does very good on the purposes of YouTube. Now we've also got a bit of equalization, so now I can become a meme and bass boost myself like I'm a meme. Look at me, blowing this pizza. I just love doing that. Alright, so anyway, after turning that off, we can also enable other frequencies and higher frequencies. You get the point. And here we've got the effects. So by default, we have the reverb effect. So now I can act like I have reverb going on. But other than that, we've actually got even more effects. In fact, so much so that if I pull up my quick start guide, which is the other thing that's included in the box, you'll note that they had to dedicate a whole page to listing every effect. There are 100 presets on this thing. You heard right. 100, yeah. So if you scroll through them, these are all reverbs. So you got like the first 29 are reverb. After that, up to 54 is delay. So like, let me give you a taste of what each one in each category sounds like. I'll turn up the effects to the main. As you can see, it's kind of like reverb again, but you know, it's kind of delaying the audio. It's also known as early reflection or ERs. But you know, yeah, that's normal for it. Then there's modulate. And now I can actually go with the deeper voice. My favorite one is 74 because of the fact that is effect 74 because it's very, it just makes you go a bit deeper. Because now I've got a deeper voice, and yeah, you can also do things like go a bit deeper, but not quite. You can go like a small amount. Let's see. So you've also got some like the pair, which no points for guessing. It would be 67. So this is what it does. It just really just goes left and right kind of stuff. Kind of basic for that kind of thing, but anyway. So let's see. Yeah, they've got a lot on the reverb side. You've got the multi ones, which contain 2 effects presets in one, which are pretty cool. And you've got other things like the special effects, which start on 94. I'm gonna go with. I really don't have a direct favorite. This is LFO filter 1. Actually, one of my favorites would be actually the distortion one, because now I sound like even worse than a meme. Well, anyway, there's also TalkBox, which makes it kind of sound like you're on like a phone, like you're talking on a phone, because phones kind of suck when it comes to audio and mic quality, so that kind of stuff. But otherwise, it is a pretty cool mixer. So I'll just turn off the effects here, and yeah. This is quite a mixer. Oh, we also have a pan, so if you're in stereo, you can actually hear things going from left to right. Of course, I'm in stereo, so if you're listening in stereo, great. Well, in any case, yeah, this is a pretty cool mixer, but there are some things that aren't that good. Now, although it does look, it is a pretty good mixer. I mean, you've also got your phantom preamp. You don't need it for some mics, like the one that I have right now. Some types of cardioid condenser mics don't need a phantom preamp, but I like having mine on just for show. But you're probably wondering, where's the power button? You see, it doesn't even have a power switch. There's no power switches, and another thing is, if I make my USB go to the main mix, which means that I'm setting the USB audio to play, you can't hear anything anymore. I tried to speak there, I couldn't even be heard. It just falls silent. So if you're going one way, it actually works best. But those are the only gripes that anyone would actually have over this mixer. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is actually a pretty nice thing, and if you are looking towards a mixer for this kind of YouTube work, I'd highly recommend this. There's no real denying it. I mean, it's a great mixer for the price. It's only about like $120, $10 more, and you could also get yourself your hands on 2 extra channels. I got the 10, but the 12. So the 12 channel model is just $10 more expensive. This one I got for $119, so it's not that expensive compared to other 10 channels or 12 channels that are existing, seeing as most 12 channels in this kind of range, this pro range, are in the 200s, so these are definite buys. This is a definite deal. I highly recommend it. So if you want anything good, this is probably the best you can get. This is a very compact design, so if you need something that you can just like fit, you could probably put in a backpack kind of thing. This is for you. I mean, this is literally the best mixer that you could probably get your hands on right now if you want something that's actually pretty good. You're just gonna want to make sure that you aren't doing something like a
video chat, in which case you're probably going to need to, what you're probably going to need to do is if your computer still has a headphone jack, you'd still want to plug it into one of the stereo plugs, which would require a Y cable, but otherwise, yeah, you should be good. This mixer is is at a great price, so great, and for what it is, I think we cannot argue with what it has on it, so you know what? I think this is pretty good. I mean, for all the things you get off this, I mean, you know, this is pretty nice. So, if you wanna get it, I'm gonna actually have links to B&H. I'm gonna have B&H links, and I'm gonna probably have Amazon links as well, just so you can buy this if you want to, because this is an amazing mixer. And if you are looking to get into YouTube, or you're trying to get into some kind of audio equipment, or you're trying to get into audio, or trying to digitize something like tapes, kind of like how I'm trying to do here, well, I will be doing that for my parents eventually. This is great. This is a great recommendation. I'd highly recommend that you buy this. Anyway, so that's it for now. Hope you all enjoyed it. So I'll see you later, and bye.